Okay, so I'm in a hostel in Berlin. I've just left the monastery. Not really sure how to describe my time there. Pumpkin jam, pumpkin jam. Today we are cutting tree stumps out. And Brother Pietro was like, it would be good if more people were here to help. And I was like, we should put a video on YouTube. And he's actually talking about like, this week would be lovely. I have to be honest, I was living in a monastery, not necessarily living how the monks live, but you know, nearby them. So here's 5 things I learned from 4 months living in a monastery. Okay, thing number 1, distraction lives inside of you. Part of the reason I wanted to get away was, people say you can't run away from your problems. And I loved that idea because I thought, if I get away from everything, I'll actually discover what my problems are. I'll actually kind of be like, oh, these are the things that follow me, no matter where I am in the world. And one of those things for me is distraction, is like, how do I, number 1, distraction lives inside of you. Okay, so yeah, so like being by myself, it's like I realized I need people, and I've always known that, I love people, but I kind of started to swing from I need people to I need no people. Okay, so I'm on a train and it just stopped, power went out, and I looked up and I just looked down the train, no one else on the train. And so being in a monastery was really helpful for me to kind of take a step back and go, who am I and what do I actually need? And how can I be filled, and what do I need to be filled so that I can go and be a blessing to others when I'm with them? So that I'm not going to a group of friends and being like, ugh, I need people right now. But it's like, how can I just come and bless you? Knowing that I will receive what I need by being around people, but how can I actually bring something at the same time? Number 2 was routine is amazing. So we had to, I had to get up at the same time every day, had breakfast, lunch, dinner at the same time every day. And it just, like, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, amazing. Because it just gets your body into this routine that just goes, I know what's coming next. Just epically came off my bike. And it means that bigger decisions and bigger things you got to think about, your brain's got space for that. So that was awesome. Theo just kicked the camera. Sorry. Thing number 4 is religion versus rivers. This is my example. We had 3 o'clock prayer every day, and I didn't like it. Like, it's like a liturgical prayer where you go, you don't just sit and pray, you go through this thing, you got to read it, and there's a song and everything. And I just kind of felt like, oh, this is super religious, I don't like this. And after a while, it was like God revealed to me how it could be religious if I let it be, but it's actually more like a river where I know that it's going to happen. It's going to happen at 3 o'clock every day. And it's like my opportunity to just jump in and see where the river takes me. 3 o'clock prayer. And it totally went from being the most annoying thing of the week to being like the best thing of the week, where I just would jump in and be like, this is really nice, because I know that every day at 3 o'clock I'm going to pause. There was just like amazing about that. And I realized there's such this almost subtle difference between man-made religion and this healthy routine that we can get ourselves into of like, I'm going to do this all the time. And doing it because you have to is not helpful. But leaning into that and kind of forgetting the have to or not have to part of it, and actually just being like, I'm getting in a river and I'm going to go with where the river takes me. And some days I might not feel it, and some days I might not want to, but overall I know me, and I know that I want to be a part of this, and I know that I want to run with this river. So I'm just going to get in and see where it takes me. I don't know what number I'm up to, so I think this is 4. Finding Jesus where I'm not used to. So I am not used to finding Jesus in a super religious context. I mean, maybe I am, depending on what you consider religious. But for me, when it's like very much like lots of statues and symbolism and things, I find it weird. To have a conversation with someone about Jesus right now, or to pray for someone and see them healed, this is the sort of context I feel super comfortable doing it in. Whereas, in like a very like church with lots of pictures and statues and all the things. For me, that just feels really like out of place. It doesn't feel right. And that was the thing that actually really helped me, is like, actually Jesus is here just as much as he's here where I'm sitting right now. And number 5, real discipline is a choice. In the end, I realized that if I really want to be disciplined and set myself up well, I still have to choose to do it every single day, every single moment. Moving tables, today we're moving tables. And so I really had to decide, like, these are the things I really want to do every day, and stick with it. I realized that I couldn't trick myself into discipline. I couldn't like do it in such a way where I was like, yeah, I love discipline. It's like, no, I'm never really gonna like this, but otherwise if I don't choose it, I just won't do it. I'll just figure out ways to get around it. Not gardening, but lunch delivery. Love it. So those are like the 5 main things I feel like I learned. That's a very quick overview, and it was a crazy, amazing time living there. But I just felt like I really wanted to share how I've changed and how God's really spoken to me. And he's spoken to me a lot of different things, a lot of amazing things, which maybe I'll go into more later. But I just feel like I am more me. At the end of it all, I just feel like I'm more me. And I think that's been amazing. So if you feel like going to a monastery for 4 months, I thoroughly recommend it. Not easy, but very, very helpful. Yeah. Now I'm in Berlin. Happy New Year.